What is going on, guys? I'm SceptileMC here, George, the coach of your San Francisco Arcaniners, here to bring you my GBA Season 7 Week 5 match against Monotui, or the Tampa Bay Luxrays. Now, Mono is in our division, and he's currently 4-0, while we are 3-1. So, it's a big match if we want to stay close to Mono. If not, we will end up 3-2, and he will end up 5-0, which is not something we want to do, because having 2 games back is a lot different than being even with someone. Just let me tell you that. Now, before we get into it, I do want to say that I do apologize. It is on Pokemon Showdown. We did have kind of a time constraint because as I'm recording this, it's like actually the 11th right now, and I believe this is going up on the I think the 19th, I want to say. Over the course of that week that's coming up now, I will be in Myrtle Beach enjoying my spring break, so I did not have time to record over that a period of time, so I do apologize that it is on Showdown because of that, but I think I deserve a week off, so this is what's going to be for the next week. Anyway, you decided to bring the Miltank, the Roserade, the Bisharp, the Buzzwole, the Florges, and the Greninja. Now, immediately, I just don't see a Jirachi and I don't see a Zygarde. And that confuses me, because I really thought those Pokemon had such a great matchup against my team. And the fact that he did not bring them, I don't know if I should be happy or scared at what he did actually bring from me. So, just kind of looking at his team, I did mention in my team builder video that I could have brought the Garchomp as a lead set. However, I decided in this battle that I was not going to lead off with Garchomp, that I was going to lead off with my Raikou instead, just because the Garchomp against his team actually does a lot of damage, because the Roserade, I'm assuming, might not be an offensive spread. If it is, it's probably not that fast, and I can outspeed it if it's only speed tier to outspeed my Togekiss. The Bisharp I outspeed, the Florges I outspeed, the Greninja I have the Yachi Berry for, and the Buzzwole I have HP Flying, and the Miltank, depending on the spread, should not appreciate an Adamant Earthquake. So, decided I'm going to keep my Garchomp in the back, kind of, and just lead off with my Raikou, expecting the Greninja to want to lead, but he leads off with his Roserade right here. So, turn one I play ballsy. I go right for a Calm Mind. And I just gotta think, okay, see how much HP Ice is gonna do. I can gauge this. Seems to be more of a bulkier spread as he goes for a Sludge Bomb right here. Now, on this next turn, I'm like, do I want to kind of go for, try to predict him, like and go for a T-Bolt? I do not. I go for HP Ice again, which is kind of unfortunate because I should have gone for a T-Bolt right there. But I go for a Calm Mind again as he reveals that he is a Calm Mind Florges right here. Calm Mind Florges against my team is very dangerous. I actually do not know what to do right here. But I decide to Volt Switch out and go right on into Miss Mages, because I do have the taunt on this thing, as he goes for a Calm Mind again. And now I'm thinking, oh fuck, okay, you need to think, George, you need to think right now what you want to do, and I decide to go for a taunt right here as he goes for a Moonblast and kills me with a crit. The crit, I think, mattered. I think I probably would have survived with 10% or 20%. So I think it's a tiny bit unfortunate, but I do get the opportunity of going against a Drapion right here, and I think I just Whirlwind here. No, I go for Poison Jab because it does do about maybe 45% to a defense variant. He goes into Miltank. I was kind of hoping to get the burn or the poison right there. It would have helped a lot, but he gets up his rocks, and I need to get up my rocks right here because he doesn't have a spinner. I don't have a spinner, but he has spikes. He goes for Seismic Toss, and he takes the Rough Skin. And I'm just like, okay, I need to go for Earthquake against this thing. I don't really have a switch into this Miltank right now. As he goes for the Seismic Toss again. And I'm just going to speed up this part right here a little bit, because this is basically just rinse and repeat. I let my Garchomp go down. I do let my Garchomp go down right here. Because I want to put this Miltank in range of my Muse +2 Vacuum Wave. And where he's at right now, he is going to die to a Vacuum Wave. He is going to obviously go for it again. I was kind of hoping for a crit as well. I didn't really ever get the crit. I think I got it now, actually. No. Next one, I think I got the crit. I am just trying to sack off my Samahata right here. Now I get the crit, and he Milk Drinks again. And I'm just like, well, fuck. This is annoying, George. This is very annoying. And he goes for Milk Drink again, and he's at 100. And he's at 100. So I decided I'm going to go for an Earthquake right here. Now, actually, after the the rough skin right there. If he switches into rocks, I actually can just go for a... I'm actually going to pause right here, because this is a very big turn. Very big turn. But I just need to get my thought process out on the Miltank real quick. If he switches out, which obviously he did, and he tries to switch in on the rocks again, a +2 vacuum wave is going to take him out with my Mew. So that is my plan right there. Now right here, I saw that the Miltank was out, and I thought it's just a little too obvious that I was going to go for a fighting type move. So he's either going to go into Florges, which I thought is his best play, or he's going to sack off the Rose Raid or the Miltank. And right away, I'm like, well, do I want to click Nasty Plot right here? Or do I just want to click my SceptileMC and go for as much damage as possible, which I can kill the Miltank with. I can kill the Rose Raid. If the Buzzwole wants to come in, that dies. And if the Bishop comes in, I can take it out with a Vacuum Wave. And the floor, just because it's a physically defensive spread, cannot take a SceptileMC. The only thing that he could go into is the Greninja, but the Aura Sphere, the Drain Punch, anything fighting type is so obvious. I did not think he would go into this thing, and I go for the SceptileMC. And this is where stuff starts to go a little bit bad for me. However, it's not over, not even close to being over yet, because he is now after this tiny bit of damage right here. He does go for Dark Pulse, gets 28% off on this thing, but I see the Life Orb. I'm like, that's great, because now he's in range of +2 Vacuum Wave. That's all I needed. And now I pretty much win the game. I win the game if I'm able to set up with my Mew right here. It's completely over because his Miltank can't survive. It's a roll on the Florges, but he's not going to be able to do enough damage to me to take me out. And the Buzzwole, if it's not a Choice Scarf, it dies. And then 2 Vacuum Waves, and the Greninja dies, and the Bisharp dies. So all I have to do is just set up a Nasty Plot, and it's over. It's just over. So I'm thinking at this Rose Raid, and I'm like, okay, he could go for a Synthesis right here, or like something else. I'm going to click Ice Beam. I'm going to click Ice Beam. It should not kill, because I think he's specially defensive, and I want him to kill my Suicune. If he kills my Suicune, I can go into Mew, take any one hit, I can go for Nasty Plot, I can Vacuum Wave the Bisharp and the Greninja, I can Psyshock the Buzzwole, or Flamethrower the Buzzwole, I can Psyshock the Rose Raid, I can Psyshock the Florges, and I can Vacuum Wave the Miltank, and I win. Right? That's my plan. George, why did you click Ice Beam? Because I get a freeze. And this freeze is the worst thing that I could have gotten for me. Because on the next turn, you guys are going to see, I think right now, shit, I got the freeze. Okay. He's probably going to sack off the Rose Raid here, which I don't want. This is the best situation for my Mew to try to set up. So what I want to do is to quickly thaw him out. That's what I want to do. So on this turn, I actually click the Scald, wanting to thaw him out. I literally click Scald to thaw him out. He switches out into Bisharp, and I go for Scald. And I get like maybe 45% off, and it just doesn't, like, I got the Scald play. Yes, he switched out. I predict. No, I didn't. I wanted to thaw him out so he could kill my Suicune, because I won right there if the Rose Raid tried to stop him. Mew Sweep, or tried to damage me, or tried to switch out. I don't know, but I just won right there. And I get the freeze at the worst time in the world, but he goes for knockoff right here, trying to get off some damage on me. It actually would have taken me out from that range if I did not have the protect. I go for Scald, get a nice 41% off, and he heals himself with the Lumberry. I try to switch out here, just trying to have a death fodder later on. He goes for Pursuit, nice play on his part, but I mean, it would have killed anyway. I go into proper usage, which is my Drapion, and I do believe right here I do just go for a knockoff. What I could have done is double switched into Mew, but I did not think he would want to switch out there. But if I double switched into Mew, that would have been game as well, so that was probably going to be a better play. He goes for Leech Life right here with the Buzzwole, not really telling me if he's Choice Scarfed or not, because I just kind of whirlwinded right there, and it goes into Miltank. And all I can think right now is Miltank is the only other Pokemon I can set up on. What I need to do is knock off his leftovers. I need to Poison Jab him and probably get a Poison in the next like two 2 or so poison jabs. I go for knockoff again, half expecting him to want to like switch out there. But now I go for the poison jab. I get a crit, and he goes for seismic toss. Is this enough of range to put him at 58%? I'm gonna pause it right here. Once again, I'm gonna pause it. So this game's not going well for me, if you guys can't tell. This game's not going well for me at all. The crit on the poison jab did actually give me a lifeline right there. Mew can go for +2 right here. If I go for +2, a vacuum wave does about 60% at max. So I have about a 25% chance to kill him right here, I'd say. And then I would have to take a seismic toss, and then it's a roll if my Psy Shock is going to kill the Florges, which is unfortunate. Yeah, and if I actually get off the +2 vacuum wave right here, and I'm able to kill off the Miltank, there's a chance he'll just go into the Bisharp. Well, actually, there's a chance he'll... I don't know what he'd go into then, but I guess if he sees the vacuum wave, he'll think, okay, well, I cannot go into Bisharp or the Greninja. Yeah, so you guys already know what's gonna happen. Is Captain gonna pull it out of the bag right here? I go for Nasty Plot. There's always a chance we can win. He goes for Seismic Toss, drops us to 29%. If I had some and I just ruined it. Yeah, we don't get it. If I had some HP investment to survive like an extra bit from the Seismic Toss, I would have actually been able to get up 2, and that would have been the game. But it's now up to Light Doge, and he lets the Miltank go down. And yeah, so we take our first loss since week 1, guys. We're gonna be now like 3-2. Mono, it was a great game, to be honest. It was a fantastic game, Mono. It really came down to it in the sense of, even though I played the start game pretty shitty in my opinion. I should have played the start game a little bit like different. Although I was able to like set myself up in a way that my Mew could still sweep no matter what. But Mono just came out on top in this game, and I can't really say anything about the rolls because Mono lost last season to me, kind of because of rolls. So you win some, and you lose some, of course. But hey, Mono, it was a great game, bro. I look forward to our rematch later on in the season where I can hopefully sweep you with a Mew. That's right, I'm gonna sweep you with a Mew. Sorry, yeah, guys, that's gonna be the end of the video. So I'm sorry that we did take a loss this week, but Monotui is a fantastic battler. What do you guys expect? He made a fantastic Greninja play against my Mew, which I did not think he would want to do, but he did anyway. Anyways, guys, as I said already, it's the end of the video, so if you did enjoy the video, I would appreciate if you did comment, like, rate, or subscribe. I'm SceptileMC, or George, the coach of your San Francisco Arcaniners, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace!